Good morning, everyone. We are excited to be here today in downtown Aurora, and so excited, waited so long to say these words. Welcome to the groundbreaking for the residents at Eastbank. Big round of applause for DAC Development, Danny Rezko, ENC Construction, and the entire team. A long time coming. We are so excited to be here today. A busy economic development, a busy construction week for the city of Aurora, and certainly being here today on the banks of the Fox River is a joy to be with each and every one of you. For the sake of time, we're going to jump right into the program, but first we want to thank the leader of DAC Development. Round of applause for Danny Rezko. Thank you. Proud of you, bro. And the entire team at DAC. A big shout out for ENC Construction. Make some noise for ENC Construction. Thank you guys and ladies for all that you do. Big round of applause for the city of Aurora, the entire team making this happen and work together. You're going to hear from him in a minute, but big round of applause for Mayor Richard C. Irvin. We're also joined by members of the Aurora City Council. Alderman at Large Ron Horman is here. 8th Ward Alderwoman Patty Smith is with us. 5th Ward Alderman Carl Franco. 2nd Ward Alderwoman Juani Garza. And we are here in Ward 1 of the city of Aurora. So here to bring you official greetings to the ward. Please welcome Alderman Dan Barrero.
Oh boy, almost need a hand up to get up on this platform. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What a beautiful day. And I gotta say, the view from here is spectacular. Good morning, Mayor, members of the City Council, DAC Development, and distinguished guests. As the 1st Ward Alderman, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 1st Ward. Also, it is an honor for me to be here today for this historic occasion. Not long ago, I was serving on the Board of Education for District 131. East Aurora School District is the oldest school district in the state. And as such, it's been landlocked and little opportunity for greenfield development. So the district's past success was based on manufacturing and industry. A lot of it on this corridor here. You look across the street, you see the Roundhouse. That was the former BN, the largest employer in town. That was the economic engine in Aurora, but also on the east side, supporting District 131. So so we have opportunities with brownfields and redeveloping and repurposing old buildings. And these are not easy. These are challenging initiatives to take on these types of projects. Developing greenfields is easy. These types of developments are hard and take a lot of hard work and everybody working together. So this development will bring new opportunity for Aurora, downtown, and the east side. Bringing these residents, it's gonna help spur and bring more economic development, supporting restaurants and businesses. And I think you'll be a big part of the transformation, the continuation of the transformation on this corridor. So I want to say thank you to DAC Development for taking on this project and coming here. And I'm looking forward to what this project is going to look like. Looking at the picture there, it's beautiful. But when you're here on the site and you see the magnitude of it, that's going to be transformational. So I want to thank everybody for coming, and thank you, DAC, for this project. This is not an easy project, but a necessary project to help redevelop this part of town. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. This wouldn't be successful thus far, and certainly won't be successful without the leadership of ENC Construction and Development. Again, we thank you. Please welcome Project Manager Ryan Goss.
Good morning. On behalf of ENC Construction and Development, pleased to welcome you all here to the groundbreaking ceremony for the residences at Eastbank. just wanted to say thank you to ownership, lender, our architect, Papa George Hames, the mayor, all of City Council, and really the whole city of Aurora. We're really excited to bring this groundbreaking development to downtown Aurora that has needed it so badly, and hopefully this spurs on one of many projects to come. Thank you.
The leadership of DAC Development, we thank the entire team, but certainly its esteemed president. Since he started DAC Development, he's been responsible for, or currently under construction, of $650 million worth of construction, managing projects all over. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Danny Rezko.
Esteemed president, you should see what they call me in the office. A bunch of our team is here. I'll just say a couple of words. Really, my honor to be here. This is such a long time coming. It's a labor of love, this thing, for so many people. I'm looking in the crowd today and walking in. I see Wayne Massey, who helped us organize the financing. I see Joe Droll, who runs corporate plumbing, who's our plumber on the site. I see David Hames, who runs Papa George Hames, who's our project architect. The mayor, all the aldermen and alderwomen who are here. I mean, just unbelievable economic development. I mean, I could go on and on. And it truly takes everyone here to make something like this a reality. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. Last thing I'll say is that this day is really about the folks who are behind us, who aren't going to get up here and speak much, but this is about the workers, the men and women who come to work every day and create that vision right there that we've all been working on behind the scenes. We owe this to them, and this is about them today. So thank you all. Thanks, friend.
Danny mentioned working behind the scenes, and certainly a lot of behind the scenes work had to happen to make today a reality. And our development department, in particular, our Mayor's Office of Economic Development, has been so instrumental in building this project and this plan. Please welcome the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Economic Development, Mr. Dave Debo.
Hi, everybody. I have a couple of notes, but I don't think I'll be able to read them. Scratched up. Let's see what I can find. So I think it's just great that Danny started just now, because I think you see the humility in that gentleman. And when Danny and I met on this site about 5.5 years ago, that was the first thing. We realized that there was a special person there behind this vision. At that point, we were speaking to a lot of different developers, and he had that special something. And I remember that day I was speaking to the mayor, and the mayor, to his great credit, immediately called Danny, and right as COVID was taking hold, had a dinner with Danny, and the two of them bonded, and really that is the beginning of the deal. So I just want to thank the mayor and Danny for those initial meetings and the vision to make this happen. So appreciate all you did. Because a deal, I've done a lot of stuff like on Wall Street, and honestly, a deal really happens when you start it, but then the administration says, okay, let's run with it. Let's see where this could go. And we got that support right away from the mayor's office. And then right through Alex Alexandru, who's been just instrumental. There's so many things that go on every day in terms of issues and challenges and problems. And Trevor, Dick, and I always needed somebody to lean on, to speak to, so that was always Alex, and we do appreciate all the support we got from him. As Danny said, he really said exactly what we were going to say, except on his part, it's a lot of the workers. You see the concrete truck over there coming right here. With us, it was everybody in this room. It was planning and zoning, and Ed and Tracy, and of course John Curley. Everybody there that really made things work. Josh Ream, Jesse, just everybody together working to make this happen. Legal, finance, we were working with Marty Lyons, now Chris Minnick. Just a slew of people behind the scenes that really made this happen. In order, when I stand here and I look out, this project really is Aurora. You've got the river, you've got an old industrial site here, the roots of Aurora, that was right underneath this ground. You've got the promise of Aurora. You've got the east side and the west side being joined by the bridge. You've got the downtown, you've got the potential. And you had plans that were just pieces of paper until we decided to really make this happen. And again, without the city council approving, not just once, but twice, to come back after COVID and understand what it would take to do this. So I really have to thank everybody in this room that made this happen. We were part of it, but we were a little part of it. It was everybody who did it. So I just want to give yourself a round of applause for doing what you did. It wouldn't have happened. It takes a village. And we do a lot of the work with the numbers and the details and the planning people. It's just so much that goes on in engineering and with Ken Schroth and so on. There's so much that's going on. But at the end of the day, this is really about trust and relationship. Because you've got to have a foundation of belief in order for anything to happen. And you need to, that's more important. And when the mayor met with Danny that day, he wasn't talking numbers, and he wasn't talking incentives, and he wasn't talking design. He was talking about commitment and integrity. And at the end of the day, nobody knew at that point that COVID was around the corner, and inflation was around the corner, and high interest rates, and everything that was going on was around the corner. But we had that relationship, and we had that so that we were able to overcome all the issues that we had to get here today. So I just really want to thank everybody. I know Wayne is part of, was the one who really led the financing efforts. You cannot do this without major financing. I have to say this in an interesting way, but this was an unlikely deal, because we read in the paper about all the deals that have been stopped and the inflation and the supply chain. This was tough to do. This was probably one of the toughest things that all of us have ever done in our careers. But we were able to do it with this team. And again, it took everybody in this place to do it. So I'm honored to be part of this team. Thank you so much for having me here today, and congratulations. And Danny, thank you for everything.
Dave Debo, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Dave. And Danny, we do thank you for everything. We know that you're an amazing leader of development, but you also have a big heart and such a great corporate citizen. Last year we had students that were in need, and just in a conversation I was having with Danny, he simply said, "I got you," and took care of those students. So thank you for having a heart for the children and the future of Aurora. Another round of applause for Danny Rezko. I appreciate it. He has that model heart, and looks like the leader of this city. So many deals that have happened here in Aurora, much like that one-on-one conversation between the mayor and Danny, have happened between the mayor and other developers as he's worked to build up this city for the last 7.5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Mayor, Richard C. Irvin.
Let's keep that round of applause going for ENC Construction and Development. Let's make it even a little louder for our laborers and workers that are going to build this beautiful building and lend their expertise to making it great. And let's give a huge round of applause to my man Danny Rezko and DAC Development for making things happen here in the city of Aurora. I want us to give one more round of applause, but I want you to do it as they approach the stage with me. Alderman, I'd like you to join me on stage if you can. Let's stand with me as you stood behind DAC Development. Let's give them a round of applause as they come up to the stage. All right. You know, the reason I asked them to stand with me is not only because they are partners in what we do every day to push this city forward. They recognize the value and the changes that happen, as David Debo pointed out. You know, we had COVID that happened before we worked out this deal with Danny Rezko. You know, we had everything that happened around the world with different wars that affected the supply chain and materials. You know, we had interest rates that skyrocketed. And these folks that stand with me on this stage stood with us as we did what we needed to do to ensure the success of this project and that it would go forward. Let's give them another round of applause. You know, not many years ago, it was unimaginable to do the type of development that we're going to see here, this beautiful development that's on our waterfront with a pool and amenities that is going to be outstanding. It was unimaginable to have it built in the city of Aurora. You know, we've had factories that have been on our riverfront for generations. We're a 185-year-old city, blue-collar city, and factories sat on our riverfront using the river to carry out pollutants, not recognize the value of the beautiful river that runs through the heart of our city. But someone did have that imagination. Someone did have that vision and came to me and said, Mayor, let's talk about what we could build in Aurora working together. Let's build a relationship. So Danny and I met and immediately hit it off because his vision and passion was my vision and passion. His vision, my vision for Aurora was to take it to the next level. And his was to be a part of taking Aurora to that point that had never been taken before. So as we got to know each other and built a relationship, he said, Mayor, if you trust in me, if you believe in what we build in our product, I will make Aurora proud. And I said, Danny, if you can do that for us, I promise you, I got your back. Danny makes Aurora proud. And Danny, I got your back, brother. I'm always going to have it. Today, as we do this groundbreaking and all the way to the ribbon cutting, I got your back, brother. Now, we're going to have so many possibilities just from the development of this. It's that first domino that Aurora needed to get us on track to start building. We're going to be building on the West Bank at some point in the near future, and it's going to be because Danny took a chance on Aurora to build on the East Bank. Now, we've done a lot of redevelopment in my time as mayor. Matter of fact, in the last 7 years, we've done more development with these folks standing with me on this stage, working together. We've done more development in 7 years than all the administrations collectively put together over the last 70 years. And that's because of the commitment of where we want to take this city. But none of those developments were as amazing and magnificent and as large as the one that we'll see here. This is the one that's that first domino that once it falls, there's a cascade of dominoes that fall behind it, of success. These over 200 apartments, close to 250 apartments, will lead to people living in our downtown. Foot traffic lead to jobs in our downtown. Not the jobs, of course, of the hundreds of laborers that'll be working on this project for the next 18 months, making it come to fruition. But the folks that will work out of their homes because of the amenities that Danny provides to them, so they can work and live and play, and then walk all through our downtown and be part of our economy and our ecosystem. People always say, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Well, in this particular case, Danny is providing that egg that's about to hatch real soon, and chickens are going to be running all over the city of Aurora, and we're going to be calling them people, and they're going to be spending money along the way, all because of his investment and what he put into this city of Aurora. Now, we take a lot of credit, me and these folks standing on this stage, for all the development we've done. We've done, in the last 7 years, with people living downtown, before that, unheard of. Artisan Laws, the Terminal Building, Hobbs Building, and these buildings sat vacant for 60 and 70 years. The Keystone Building, all these buildings are over 150 years old. 110 Cross. This is the first development that was built in our downtown, this one, ground up, in over 20 years. On the south side, there were few condos that were built right across from our new library. Now on the north side, 20 years later, the first ground up development will finally be residents of Eastbank. Let's give Danny Rezko another round of applause. But none of this happens without teamwork, without coming together, recognizing what we need to do to meet our goal. And that team in City Hall is Alex Alexandria. Where's he at, Alex? Let's give Alex a round of applause. David Debo, all those meetings with Danny and his team late at night and on the weekends. Trevor Dick making things happen. And all of our development team, John Curley, who will be handing out all of the permits, making sure we get this thing going. None of this happens without us working together. This deal almost fell apart so many times. But Danny said, I'm not going to let you down, Mayor. If you just stick with me, I promise you I'll make Aurora proud. I can't say that enough. He said that over and over. If you stick with me, believe me, I promise I'll make Aurora proud. This will be the flagship development of all the developments that I've done. I want to make sure that happens in Aurora for you, because now we're family. And that's what's important, brother. We're doing this together as family, because when this is done, we're going to have a whole lot of stuff to brag about. And we're going to have a whole lot more dinners, whole lot more fun together, because now we're family. So I want to say to the DAC team and all the DAC team, I want to say to all the workers out here and laborers, I want to say to everybody involved in this project, welcome home, welcome to Aurora. Thank you very much.
One more round of applause for Mayor Richard C. Irvin. Another round of applause for E&C Construction and Development. Big round of applause for DAC Development. Keep the applause going for the City of Aurora. Big round of applause for our future here in the City of Lights on the banks of the Fox River. Now, the moment we've been waiting years for, as we prepare to break ground here officially to start the construction of residents at Eastbank. We're going to ask the mayor, our elected officials, Danny, Brian, to come on over and grab your shovels, and we'll work our way down here. All right, now we're going to have to put a little dirt on the shovel there. And we're going to count down from 5 to toss it together, holding for the picture there, looking up at everyone. All right, as we prepare to make history here, this new development, the north side of downtown, on the east side of the Fox River, the residents at Eastbank, as we break ground today. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big round of applause as the ground is officially broken for the new residents at Eastbank. DAC Development, E&C Construction, Papa George Hames, City of Aurora, making history here in the City of Lights. We thank you all for coming out.